doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter how you do it. But the point is that you do it either way. You do it regardless. Because why? Because you told yourself that you were going to do it. Now, look where I'm at right here recording. Am I at my usual setup? No. I'm at the gym parking lot right now. I just finished up a session. I'm like, might as well record a video because I can't record a video at home. So really, there is no excuse for you to not do something that you're wanting to do. Because for me, I can't record at home right now, so I have to record in the car. It's a little bit fucked, it's a little bit messed up, but I gotta do what I gotta do to push a video out either way. This is a prime example of that you should be doing the thing that you said you were gonna do regardless of how you feel, regardless of the circumstances. Because if you create an excuse, then you know that's a lie. You know it's just a smokescreen to avoid the problem. It's not even a problem, it's to avoid the solution. Because your goal is the solution, but you keep throwing a smokescreen in front of you to get away from that solution. Think about it. Ask yourself, why am I doing these things? Is there something that's preventing me from getting to where I want to go? Because clearly you're just making bullshit excuses. Clearly. How many times have you told yourself that you're going to the gym? How many times have you told yourself that you're going to start a new diet and you just don't end up starting the diet? How many times? And how many times have you gone through with it for more than a month? Look, you got to realize that to get what you truly want in this life, you can't just keep throwing smoke screens at it and avoid the problem, just come back to it later, because that's never really going to fix anything. If you really wanted to build muscle, if you really wanted to, lose muscle, lose fat, gain muscle, then the first step is actually doing it. The second step is doing it every day. The third step is just like you're done. That's it. First step, do it. Second step, do it consistently. And the third step, you should be golden until you get to your goal, because you're following a blueprint each and every single day. This is what I have in my Octus Academy. Link is it's going to be the first link in the description. And you have to follow a certain blueprint each and every single day to get to your desired goal, no matter the circumstances. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just like I said, a prime example of me recording in the parking lot, because I can't record at home. Now, after you do that, after you take that first step, you're often going to feel as if you're doing it all for nothing. You start going to the gym every day, and you're not seeing the results that you want to see. You're not seeing the results that, for the amount of work that you put in, you're just not seeing any results. And there's a story behind that. The story of the stonecutter. So, there's a stonecutter in this village, and he has this huge rock, and he has this hammer. So each and every single time he hammers it, right? Let's say he hammers it for like 10 hammers, it doesn't crack. And people pass by him, and they're like, he's never gonna end up cracking that. He's never gonna end up cracking that. Dude, he has like a tiny hammer, he's not gonna end up cracking that. So he went for 100 pounds, boom, 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 100 times, didn't crack. 400 times, didn't crack. 500 times, didn't crack. 700? No. It wasn't until the 1000th pound that he ended up cracking or breaking the stone in half. But it couldn't have been done the first try, or the 100th, or the 500th, because all of that pounding from 0 to 1000 is what made it crack in the first place. You got to understand that if you don't see results, it's because you haven't trained long enough, or you haven't done the thing long enough for you to actually see visible results. And that's exactly why so many people quit when they first start doing something that they want to do. You go to the gym, for like 2 weeks. You're like the New Year's resolutioner guy. You end up not losing weight. You end up not gaining muscle. And you just give up. But did you go 1,000 pounds yet? Did you hammer it 1,000 times before you actually see the results? Notice that each and every single time you hammer, you're not even going to see the slightest crack. Up until the 1,000th hammer, the 1,000th pound, it's not until then where you see the crack, where you see the boulder break. All of that was the process towards your end goal, the progression towards your end goal. It's not the one crack that made it up. It's not the 5, the 600. No, it's each and every single pound. It gets closer and closer to breaking the rock. Now, notice how I said he was using a small hammer. Watch the tool that you use as well. Maybe you're using a small hammer because you don't know any better, because no one has taught you any better. But there's ways around this. If you have a small hammer because you don't know anything about, stone cutting, then you can ask someone that's a stone cutter on advice. So in this case, it would be coaching. Are you with me? Coaching. Talk to someone that's gotten the results that you want, then you'll progress so much faster. Because you're not using that small hammer anymore. You're probably using a bigger hammer. A bigger hammer to crack the stone. So it's like if you're trying to build muscle, but you're doing high intense cardio every single day. Or you're trying to lose fat and you're doing high intense cardio every single day after your lifts. Now, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to, because people link cardio to losing fat. Yes, it's true, but if you do intense cardio every day, it does more harm than good. Like, it raises your cortisol levels, and you don't want that because your stress hormone leading you to get like puffier and fatter. So you don't want that. Usually, you could do like 2 to 3 times max after your sessions. Just do some light cardio, and then you'll start to lose some fat. But it's also diet. Like 80% of it is diet. People think it's just the training and the cardio. No, it's 80% diet. This is what I like to say. 80% diet, 15% training, and 5% cardio. That's it. So the 80%, you have to really, really focus on your diet. If you're not dialing in on your diet, don't expect to see any results. You're using a small hammer right there. You're using a small hammer if you don't dial in on your diet and you're just focusing on your training and your cardio. But if you want a big hammer that cuts the stone, less than 1,000 tries, then you follow the blueprints. 80% diet, 15% training, 5% cardio. I usually only do cardio on my active rest days, and that's good enough for me. But most people need to do a little bit more, right? And that's okay. But notice how when you use a bigger hammer, you get way more results. That's going to be it for today's video. And if you guys need a blueprint, a specific blueprint on what to do if you're having trouble gaining lean muscle, if you're having trouble losing fat, the 80% diet part, the mindset part, I have a full blueprint in my course. It's going to be the first link in the description. I love you guys. Please apply this knowledge. Don't just listen to it one year and out the other. I want you to actually listen and apply. Listen and apply. Because it's one thing if you do listen, but it's a whole nother thing if you actually listen and apply. You could listen to an audiobook. You could read a book. You can watch a video. But it wouldn't make any sense if you don't actually apply what you learned in real life. Like you're watching a YouTube video. You're watching a how to do a specific arm workout. You're not going to actually know until you've done it, probably for a few times, right? So apply what I've told you today. You're not going to see results tomorrow, next week, possibly not even next month. Get a bigger hammer. train smartly. Talk to someone that's been through the mud. Okay, love you guys.